It's time. It is time. It is time for Holiday Traditions Craft Along. I am so excited to be here with you guys. I am going to be here at 5 o'clock for the next 3 days, giving you 8 amazing holiday projects, and I cannot wait. So you may have just had this stumble along in your feed, and maybe you're wondering, hey, who are you? How did you get here? Well, my name is Julie Salva, and you are at Stamp and Shine with Julie Salva, and we are going to be doing a Craft Along. What does that mean? Well, for some of you, it means that you have ordered a project kit, and you are literally going to be making these projects with me. You've got the tutorial, you've got some pre-cut pieces, you've got all the things. Jen Drake would be one, right? For others of you, you have your notepad handy and you are going to be watching and taking notes and writing down measurements because you're going to want to copy these projects. Trust me on this. For some of you, it might be like, you know what? I just got home from work and I'm tired and I just want sister to entertain me. I'm here to do it. That's why I'm here. So we are going to have so much fun. Hello, Jennifer. So let me tell you a little bit about what to expect. For the next 3 days, I'm going to be showing you 2 to 3 projects. I've got 3 today, and then one other day I'll have 3, and one other day I'll have 2. So you're going to get 8 projects. All of them feature this suite. The suite includes the traditional labels, so some Christmas verbiage, and the Christmas greenery. And you've got dies that go along with those, so those are going to be used as well. We have some other things that we're going to be using. I love these sparkling sequins. These are going to be used quite a bit. We've got the DSP that coordinates. I just had to get a new pack to finish making these, called Traditions of Christmas. You're going to see all of this paper. It's amazing. So we're going to be using that. We're going to be using some red ribbon, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. So now that you know what to expect, I love all things sparkly too, Jen. I think we need to get going. So let me show you the tutorial that I'm going to be working with. This tutorial, I think it's about 20 pages long. You've got full color pictures, you have dimensions, you've got step-by-step instructions, you have every supply that we've been using included in here. So this is going to be right here by me as I make these. Hi, Deborah, as I make these projects with you. But there are some things that you can do. If you watch this and you decide, you know what, I want to get that tutorial, you can get it from anywhere in the world. Tutorials, anybody can get it. I've got it ready to go. I can send it to you in minutes. So you can order the tutorial, and we'll talk about that. It even has diagrams. What? Nothing if not fancy here. So I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Are y'all ready to craft along? Oh, let me just tell you something while I'm getting everything situated here. Stampin' Up! Came out. Big news today. Big news. Big news. This is by far the best Stampin' Up! Demonstrator opportunity I have seen in 22 years. 22 years. That's how long I've been a demonstrator, right? It's amazing. We can talk about it some more, but I want you just to think about this. For $35, no shipping, a free paper pumpkin kit, business supplies, you can get... Sit down. Sit down. If you're not sitting down, sit down, okay? $35. You can get $125 in Stampin' Up! Product. You guys, what? If you want more, for $99, you can get $189 worth of Stampin' Up! Stuff. Do you know how much it cost to join Stampin' Up! When I started 23 years ago? $395. And you couldn't pick what you wanted in your kit. It's crazy, right? So anyway, enough of that. I just wanted you guys to be thinking about that. Let me get going. All right. It is time to craft along. We've got everything squared away. I've got my computer over here. Close your eyes. I'm moving the camera. All right. One day, friends, one day I will have it where you just press a button. Not this day. All right. Let's move that. Pepper, I 100% agree. It's insane. Okay. But you know what? Let them be insane, right? Okay, my computer's here so I can see comments. Hi, Nadine. Jennifer's like, take advantage of it. Okay, let's go. We're going to get started stamping, and you guys will just chat amongst yourselves. I'll keep an eye out in comments and periodically hop back and forth to them. so I can answer any questions if any of you guys have any. So here we go. All right, so today I am going to be making both of Allie's projects. So if you are crafting along with me and you have your tutorial, all right, we're going to be doing Allie's project. So Alejandra Gomez, and the kit will look like this. Okay, so you've got your kit. It'll have the Secret C. It will have a long piece of cherry cobbler. So you want to pull this kit out. By the way, I have 4 kits left. Jen, I don't need you to behave. Why would you want to do that? There's no behaving here. So you're going to want to do this kit. This is going to be the first one we're going to do. So we're going to do Allie's project. Hi, Carrie. So her first one. Then we're going to do her second project, which is this so cute little box with a belly band that is removable. Okay, so we're gonna make this. All right, and so this one, the packet will look like this. Now you don't have your DSP cut. Okay, you guys are cutting that if you ordered it ahead of time. So we're gonna need to have that. So we're gonna make that and Allie's card. And then we're going to make one of Joey's projects. So if you want to, just kind of have this handy, it's this card, and this is what the kit looks like. Okay? So, no, neither Jennifer is allowed to behave today. All right? Neither Jennifer is allowed to behave. So if you ordered the Craft Along kit, these are the 3 packets you're going to want to have handy. If you didn't order the Craft Along kit, don't forget I have 4 more left. I'll tell you how to get one. If you have your tutorial, print it out. Get ready to take notes because it is time to start crafting along. Okay, so let's go on and start with Allie's project. This is the tutorial if you want to have it handy. Okay, I'm going to scoot this to the side, and I'm going to show you this really fantastic project. I think you guys are going to like it quite a bit. Okay. All right. So this is the card. Take a look at this. All right. So we've got opens up like this, and then another opening on the inside. Pretty stellar, huh? Okay. So let's get going with it. All right. So I'm going to set this over to the side there because I'll want to look at it. So here's what we have here. We've got a piece of Secret C. Secret C is cut down to 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. We are going to score it at 4 1/2. Score it at 4 1/2. So park the dark up here. Score it at 4 1/2. I don't have time. There's no chit chat. No chit chat here right now, folks. We got work to do. Okay. So I've scored it. Did I pull out the right? You know what? I don't know. Hold on. Time. Pause. No, this is the right one. This is the right one. Hold on. I scored it at the wrong place. Bad me. It's going to be okay, though. It's going to be okay. All right. Scored at 5 1/2. I scored it at 4 1/2. All right. So scored at 5 1/2. There we go. All right. There we go. I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, this girl is just crazy. Then you're going to take your cherry cobbler, and that is true. You can take your cherry cobbler piece. This is cut to 3 1/2 by 9 1/2, and we're going to score it at 4 3/4. There we go. Okay, so this one's going to be folded up this way. All right, so got that. Good to go. Let me go and get my bone folder because you know what we're going to be doing, right? We're going to be bone folding. By the way, if you are somebody that took advantage of last week's From the North Pole free class that I did on Wednesday, your kits are cut and prepped. I've got them all laying out over here. They will be in the mail to you tomorrow. So I'm kind of proud of that. I did pretty quickly on that. All right, I'm going to pull all these pieces out. We've gone on and done that and cut for you. So this piece of DSP, all right, and that's the flip side. Isn't that pretty with that gold there? I mean, really, really pretty. Sexiest purchase in the catalog, right? All right, I'm going to go on and adhere this on the inside of the card, and it's been cut down as any of our inserts to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. So this will go right in here. Have you guys had a good day today? Been busy. I know Jen Drake's been busy today. So it's been a busy, busy day today. And then I have some more DSP that has been cut down. I've got this Secret C pattern. We're going to use that. That's cut down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Cherry cobbler patterns cut down to 4 by 2 1/2. And I'm going to go on and adhere this right here. And I know you're like, Julie, you're moving too quick. That's why you have your tutorial. Okay. We got 3 projects to do, y'all. We can't be here all night. There's work to be done, more classes to mail out. I've got to work on my, I've got to design. Tuesdays when I try to design my Great North American Stampin' Show project for Thursday. So I bet you're exhausted. So I still have to leave some creative genius in my brain. So, okay. So this is where we're at so far. Okay. Now I'm going to skip over a little bit and I'm going to grab this piece of Secret C. And it again is cut and in your kit. It's cut to 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And we are going to grab, you know what? I didn't put that one in here, but I can do it. I'm going to grab a piece of the Designer Series paper. And I think I will grab this one. Yep. This is the one I'm going to do. Oh, this week's theme. Okay, that's a great question, Jen. So this week's theme, we're not using layouts from the idea book this time. This time we are creating anything that we want to create with a specific product. The Keeping Traditions scrapbook product. But listen, we're not doing scrapbooking. And that's all I'm going to tell you. There is a reason why we are doing this. And I will tell it to you later. So I need to cut this down so it's a secret. Dun, dun, dun. I need to cut this down so you can grab the DSP that you have as well. And I am going to cut it down to 4 by 2 1/2. So let's go there. 4 by 2 1/2. All right, good. Okay, so this piece is going to be matted right on this Secret C one. Oh, it is interesting. It's interesting. I'm going to tell you guys something. If you are somebody that you're like, I love classes, I love tutorials, I love when all I have to do is create projects and put things together, and that is relaxing to me, I'm going to tell you something. You should really consider investing in this DSP and these stamp sets. And that's what I have to tell you, okay? We've got this. Stampin' Up! Is coming out with a class. Hi, Leanne. And then I have my secret for you. So file it away. All right, so here's where we're at right now. We've got pretty much the bones of the card put together, but not quite, because this piece, remember how I showed you? This is a double open. 1, 2. This piece we're still going to be working on. So I can tell you, I've already gone on and cut down. This is the Secret C polka dots piece here. So I can go on, just because it's easy. I can go on and adhere that right there. And then I can go on. And do I want to use seal or do I want to use tear and tape? You know what? I'm going to use Seal Plus. Okay. Oh, yay, Katie. Well, welcome. So, Katie, you need to be aware, if it's your first time catching me live, several things that one can always expect here. One, I'm going to make a mistake. And it just, we really don't know when. We don't know when. We don't know how. We don't know what. But it'll be significant. And we'll figure out how to fix it. And then the second thing you need to know is that the 2 Jennifers here, one from Canada and one from Ohio, have already threatened us that they will be misbehaving. So file that away. This is not the tutorial for the fancy people. This is for kind of the, I set the bar low and we go from there. So Anyway, okay. So this is all I have done so far. These pieces, the cardstock has been pre-cut for you. If you purchased your craft along kit, if not, I've given you your measurements. Okay. I've given you the measurements for the DSP that coordinates with it. So that's all I've done. Okay. Just the bones of the card here. All right. But it is a great card. Okay. Now we've got some work to do. All right. So let's go on and do the inside part here. So if you, going back to our tutorial, okay, or going back to this, and you did just say something so nice too, this is going to be some pretty easy stamping here. So let's go on and do that. Now, if you're following, I did out you, if you're following the written directions, okay, that are in the tutorial, just keep following them along, all right? I'm not as much a written direction girl as I am I want to look at a pattern and kind of go from there. So that's what we're doing. So right now, I'm going to be stamping here. So I'm going to stamp 'Tis the Season in Secret C, and then I'm going to stamp my floral image here in Memento Black. So that's where we're at. So let me go to traditional labels. Okay. And remember, if you purchase the craft along and you're not a demonstrator, you could add this on to your kit if you wanted to. So I know some of you guys have it now. So, okay. Again, my little tip, line it up and then pick it up. All right. And I'm going to move this down a little bit more there. I think you guys will be able to see a little bit better there. All right. So inking up 'Tis the Season in Secret C. The good news with these projects today is you're only using a handful of inks. I think Secret C, Memento Black, and maybe Old Olive. I think that's it. All right, Katie, I can send it to you. All right. So there's one. 'Tis the Season. Okay. And because I have 4 extra kits. So that's a good thing. All right. Let me get a wipe and wipe this off. Okay. Katie, where are you from? Let the people know. Although we do have some stalkers here, so I mean, just very vague. Let us know in a very vague sense. All right, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiment or my flowers here. Okay. So now these are 2 different stamp sets. Let me show you something here. Oh, Oregon. Okay. So we've got 2 different stamp sets here, both of which have dies that come with them. This is the traditional labels stamp set and dies, and I just put them on a magnetic sheet. These have been great dies. I've really enjoyed them. I think that you would use them quite a bit, okay? Then we have Christmas Greenery here, and this is actually the stamp I'm getting ready to use. And then these are the dies that go along with this. So these are a little bit more unique to the stamp set, as opposed to the traditional labels ones that you would use for anything, okay? You'd use them for anything. So let's go on and stamp our floral image with Memento Black, okay? Leanne, 2 admiring public. 2 Oregon people. That's crazy. What is the weather like in Oregon? And then who just came on? Susan, I think, came on, and Susan, I think, said it was chilly. Susan, I'm dying for chili. I mean, not eating chili, although I like chili. Okay, I digress. But I can't wait for it to get cooler here in Tennessee. It is a little cooler, but I mean, like, I need it in the 60s. That's what I want. I want hoodies. That's what I want. Okay. Oh, Colorado. What they say the weather was in Colorado? Okay, I digress. Okay, so I'm stamping my flower here. All right, good. You might have noticed if you're kind of new to stamping, and I don't know if you are. I love when everybody meets each other. Me too, Jen, hoodies and leggings. For a stamp that's larger than my ink pad, I go upside down. All right, I'm sure you guys probably know that tip, but if you don't, it is a good one. All right, it's a good one. So, all right. Now I'm going to do a little bit of coloring here. We're going to use Old Olive blends. Now the tutorial says to use Granny Apple Green, and you can, but I used Granny Apple Green on one of the other projects here, and certainly you could do both, but I don't know. I just wanted to do Old Olive. So that's what I did. That's the cool thing. The tutorial will tell you how the sample's made. But if you want to, you know, adapt, improvise, overcome, what movie was that from? You can. So I go in first with my light color blends, and I just color just like it's a marker. I don't do anything fancy with shading or anything like that. Oh, Pat, I'm so glad you like them. Yeah, Pat is on my team. Pat is a Stampin' Sister from Tennessee. And although we have never met in person, we have met online, just like this. So that's a cool thing about being, you know, if you are working with a demonstrator and you're like, you know what, I want to take advantage of that Stampin' Up offer, that joining offer, that whatever, I mean, the $35, whatever. I want to take advantage of that. You don't have to live near the person that you want to be a part of their team. Okay. Most of us now, you know, I go in with my darker one and I just do a little bit of accenting here. Most of us have team members that are all over. So you do have to be, oh, I left a leaf off. You do have to be with somebody in your country, though, if you're from a different country, like our resident Canadian Vanderwecken up there. All right, there we go. All right, so just kind of color it in here. So humid and rainy, that is the worst, Jen Drake. I hate that, the worst. Okay, then I am going to color my bow, and I'm going to use light cherry cobbler for that. I think in the sample I did it in red, but I'm going to use the light cherry cobbler. Oh, that's pretty. And if you're new to blends, again, and some of y'all on here can kill with blends. I mean, you're beautiful with your coloring. See, I already went outside the line. But if you're new to them, what I like to do is go in with my light first and then accent with my dark. I know there's other demonstrators that do the dark first and fill in with the light. So I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think you do it however you want to do it. Okay. I'll take the dark. And then again, where these little lines are, I'll just kind of fill in a little bit. Okay, that's good. Okay, so there's that. Now, Allie left her flowers white. I haven't colored my flowers yet. I think I like them white. I'm not sure if I like them white. So if one of you guys wants to color your flowers in and give it a go and let us know what you think, I may come back to that. All right, so I don't know. I'm just not sure. But it's pretty. I think I could put some Wink of Stella on there and give them a little bit of glitter too. And I think that would be really pretty. All right. So we've got that in the center. Now let's go on and get our front part done. Okay. Yes, I do think Wink of Stella. You know what? I'm going to put some on right now. Wait, that's the gold. See, I do that. I pull it out and I want the clear and then I put the gold on and I just have a big mess. So I'm smart. You know what, Jen? I like that. I hope so, because I really want some garden green blends. Really want garden green blends. So I'm going to put just a little bit of Wink of Stella. That's not a little. That's okay. Susan says she likes the white because it matches the DSP. That's true. And I'm going to, oh, Fiona. That's Fiona if you're new here. She likes to make her presence known. Okay. Don't freak out about this. It's gonna dry clear. Okay. So we're gonna be okay. But it is gonna be really sparkly. All right, there we go, Katie. There you go. Mistake number one, but I don't think it's gonna be a mistake. I think it's gonna dry. Oh, it's gonna dry nice. It's gonna dry nice. All right. I'm gonna leave it open there to dry. So let's go on to the front, okay? Because that's what we got to do here. So we can see it, and you guys, you have scrap paper in your kit, okay? So you've got a piece of olive. We're going to do this background die cut here, and we're going to do the 2 holly leaves, okay? Jackson was watching her reel. Okay, so let's grab those. So we've got this. I really, really like these. Okay, I saw a comment. Can you claim a class kit? Yeah, Leanne, sure. Okay, so I'll send you information as well. No, Finn doesn't. I'm going to tell you why she barks. I'm going to tell you, Jen, why she barks. A leaf blew. A piece of straw passed outside 4 houses down. She felt like it. These are all reasons why Fiona barks. Very rarely is there a legitimate reason for Fiona barking. So I want to show you guys this, and then I'll move this back. I get conflicting messages from y'all. Some of you like when I have the embossing done ahead of time, and then others of you are like, no, I want to see everything. So I'm kind of doing it in between. When we do the Great American Stampin' Show or the Great North American Stampin' Show, I'll pretty much always have it done ahead of time, just because I'm trying to keep the video to a certain length. So anyway, so that's how you would set up your scrap there. Okay. So, oh, the flag blowing. Yes. Very interesting, Jen Drake. Anything like that. Now, certainly, I am 100% dogging on Fiona. Get it? Dogging on her. If a person were to come up, she will bark like crazy. But Fiona is pretty much a big scaredy cat. So Finn will go see what's going on. Fiona will bark, but stay by me. So that's how sister rolls. So now you know. Okay. So I've got my holly leaves done, and I've got my background done. So we can put that away. Now we have one more. I need to do that flower image. I should have gone on and stamped it at the same time, but I'll do it again. The flower image I put somewhere. Put it. Okay, now we're good. Now we're losing things already. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Everybody knows about Jackson. That is true. You know, honestly, people know our dogs, and they should. Aren't dogs, or if you're a cat person, our pets are amazing. Pets are amazing. They bring us a lot of joy. I know Finn and Fiona bring me joy. Oh, you like those names. All right. This one's going to get cut out. And I'm going to color it again real quick. See, you guys got to give me some input here. Because I can, if you want, on the other days, I can go on and have the coloring done. Wait, that's the dark. Oh, see, that's one. All right, it'll still be okay. This is the light. There we go. All right, so get that in there. You know, I think it's okay to do the dark first. So... what is Jen Vander? My niece's place where dogs could see me in the window and they kept running up. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you what, if you bring a treat or a ball, that's the way to get into this house. Treat or a ball. Neither dog will give you any sort of issue at that part. Yeah, park the dark is right. Okay. So we're coming in here. So Jen, going back to your question about Great North American Stampin' Show, I think this time, I'm going to do a 3D. By the way, I won last time. We haven't announced it yet. We'll announce it Thursday, but I did win last time. So do you want to see that card I did? I'll show it to you. Hold on. It's right here. Whoop. When I win, I'm letting you guys know. It's here. Okay, that was the card I did. So you'd see it on YouTube. It's on for the Great North American Stampin' Show. I really liked it. Okay, all right, back to this. Do you guys prefer 3Ds and things like that, or do you prefer cards? What do you prefer, 3Ds or cards? I will get my crown out, but you can't see it right now. You know, blends are kind of funny because, like, when I do this, at first I'm like, oh, this looks horrible. But then, like, they seep into the fibers of the paper, and it ends up looking really good. So, go figure. All right. One more coloring. You like the variety. All right. Leanne, that is not a helpful answer. Yes, 3D is fun to learn. I will say I'm leaning toward 3D this time. I am. Especially, Katie, that's a great point with the whole gift-giving season coming up, too. That's a great point. So I am leaning toward 3D. So I do know Lisa, she's already done her project. I know what she chose, but I can't tell you. Okay. Oh, I know something to talk about. Did you guys see the 12 Days of Crafting Advent calendars that came out today? I ordered one. They're only available while supplies last, so I would consider getting one if I were you. And I'll tell you another reason why is I have partnered up with 7 other demonstrators. 7. And we are each doing 2 tutorials using the supplies in there. So you're going to have access to 14 tutorials. Pretty cool. Okay, let me show you. It depends on your mood. I hear that. Oh, it already shipped. Okay, this die fits this image. Okay, so even though I'm outside of camera range, you can see that I'm going to be lining that up and die cutting that. So now I want to tell you guys something, and I've shown this to y'all before, and I just assumed everybody knew it. But I found out actually that Jen Drake didn't know about it. And if Jen Drake doesn't know about something, that's a big deal, because she's solid in like a ton of things. But it is this Post-it note tape. Post-it note tape. I love Post-it note tape. I know some people use washi tape for their to hold their dies in place, and washi tape is good. Sometimes though, I think that washi tape tears. So look what the Post-it note tape looks like. You just take your die and tape it down there, and it ain't going anywhere. And I'm gonna get it, if I lined it up right, that's a big if. But if I lined it up right, I'm gonna get a really nice cut there. So where did I put? There it is. All right. After this, the other projects are going to go a little bit quicker. This one has a lot of detail to it, but that's one reason I love a craft-along, because my projects seem to go, you have 2 different sizes of it. My projects tend to be a little bit less intricate, so having other people working on craft-alongs with me, you get a really good variety of projects. And one thing I do love about Allie, she makes gorgeous projects, and they always have some really cool features to them. So there we go. All right, so that is cut out, and we are super, super close to being done. I only need to do one more die cut. Okay, this banner, have you guys seen this banner? Yeah, in D92. So this is the die that cuts it. You've got your scrap in here. So I'm going to go on and stamp, and the stamp that we're using is the one that says Sending Love and Joy, and that's from the Christmas Traditions. So pull it out here. Oh, no. Yeah, Sending Love and Joy. That's right. Here it is. Okay. Secret C is what I'm stamping in. So I'll stamp this. And I will lay this on it. So notice how this stamp, the images are curved so that they fit perfectly in that banner. I really, really like that banner. Yeah, Jen, it's a great, oh, geez, Louise. It's a great label. So, okay, I can tell you guys right now, I am going to have die cutting done ahead of time on the other days. Because this is you guys know it's not my favorite in the first place, but I was trying to be a giver. I will say this little die cut machine is growing on me. I did not like it at all at first, but now I like it quite a bit. I guess because it lets me be lazy and not have to get up and go to my regular big shot or stamp and emboss, cut and emboss. What do we even call things? I don't even know. I just make names up. Okay, so this, you can get the Post-it note tape on Amazon, by the way, just so you guys know. All right, there's that. It looks amazing. So now let's put this front piece together here. All right, so this is going to go here, and I'm just going to adhere it down using my seal. Okay. And then this is going to go on top of it, and I'm going to use dimensionals for this part. And I will, oh, you guys, Wink of Stella is drying really pretty. When we're done, I'm going to go back in on this one and put Wink of Stella in the front. I'll show it to you in just a minute. I just want it to really dry well. Okay. So this is going to go here. This is very pretty. Well done, Allie. Okay. You might be like, now, Julie, who is Allie? So Alejandra Gomez and Joey Hartman and Lisa Bowden are who I have teamed up with for this craft along. I sometimes do craft alongs with my friend Rhonda Wade. I've got one of those coming later this year, so that'll be fun. All right. So I'm going to adhere this. Now, remember, you are only going to put adhesive on the top part, okay? Don't put adhesive on the bottom because then it won't open up, and you don't want that. So this is going to go right here. Oh my goodness, this is, I got to center it better. But this is so pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, so we've got that. Look at that Wink of Stella. Even that, it's a pale color there. Oh my gosh, it's really pretty. Yeah, definitely do Wink of Stella. So here's my front. Opens up here. I have one more little thing to do right here. I've got my leaves done. I am going to stamp a sentiment right here and die cut it out. The sentiment is Merry Wishes. So there's Mary. Again, using Secret C. And we're almost done with this. So, Mary, boom, the phone folder, the sexiest catalog item. It is one of them. It is one of them. That is true. You must have it. Oh, okay, I'm just digressing now. And here's Wishes. And both of these words came from the traditional labels. Okay, so just know. There we go. Oh, hey, I lined that up really, really good right there. That's like professional level. That's like some of these people that we watch who do internet stuff online, and they're professional, like professional Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. That's them. Okay, last thing here, I'm going to die cut this using kind of this oval here. Also comes in traditional labels, so you've got that. And I'll adhere it. And then we'll be done. So, well, I have to adhere the holly leaves, but those are already cut out. So that's this project. So what do you think? Pretty, I think it's a great project. I am very pleased with it. I like learning how to make this card, like this kind of double fold card. I like that. I think that that's something that I can adapt to anything. And I will tell you, all of the DSP here, I really like it because this is a layout that will be great for those cards that I'm like, let the DSP do the work, right? So this is a great layout for that. All right, so this goes right here. That really looks nice there. You know how sometimes you look at something in a picture and you're like, I think it looks okay. And then you do it in real life and you're like, oh my word, that's great. This is one of those, right? And why do I doubt Alejandra Gomez? She is top notch. Okay, I'll put some holly leaves here. One thing I do like about this, and the holly leaves come in the Christmas greenery bundle, I like that there's 2 dies for holly leaves. So I can get both of them done at one time. And I like that. All right, holly leaves are done. I am going to grab my pretty gems, and those are going to be my holly berries. So I've got these here. And my take a pick tool is right here. So, and there's 3 sizes, these gems, okay, 3 sizes. You've got your larger, medium, small. So I think I'm going to go with the medium for this. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, that's cute. That's cute. All right. So we did it. Oh, I think I should put some on the outside too. I'm going to go with the green for that. Perfect. All right. It's done. So we got this one done there. Open it up. Merry wishes, 'tis the season. Great, great card. Great card. So I hope that you guys like it. It's a good one. I shared all the dimensions as we were talking. So if you didn't get them down, go back and watch it again. All right. But it is time to move on, because now guess what we're making? This box. So cute and easy too. You guys are really, really going to like this. So this is also one of Allie's projects. We're getting both of Allie's projects done today. So I'm going to flip on through my tutorial. There we go. And again, you can see the stamps and every supply that we're using and the directions. So I will keep those handy because I know I'm going to need them for my scoring things. I didn't memorize all that. I'm going to pull out my scoring blade. I'm going to get the kit that we're going to be using for this one. And it is this kit. Yay, Teresa, I'm glad. So this kit, you've got your red here, and this is real red, and it's cut to 8.5 by 4, okay? Then you've got a scrap of Secrecy, a scrap of white that you're gonna use, and you should have a circle using stylish shapes. And if you got the kit ahead of time, this is all cut and done for you. Now you will need to cut your DSP. And so my DSP here is cut to 2.5 by 8. 2.5 by 8. So let's go. Let's score first, okay? So on the long side, and again, this is the project that we're making, the Fiona. Belly band slides off, and then you could put candy or whatever you want to put in the box, all right? I'm just going to set it over here. So on the long side, you're going to score it a 1/2 inch, dark the dark, right? Okay, 1/2 inch. Then we're going to go to 3.5, 4.5, and I need to open up my sleeve here, or my arm, whatever it is, 7.5, okay? So 1/2 inch, 3.5, 4.5, and 7.5. Perfect. Okay. Then on the long side, I am just going to score it 1 inch. Easy peasy. My scoring blade keeps falling out. That annoys me. Okay. So there we go. Let's go on and cut. And we're going to put this box together. That's going to be the first thing that we do. So I'm going to take Jen, taking my sexy bone folder out. Okay. And I say it is not the sexiest thing in the catalog, but it is essential. Essential. Okay. And fold up here. You guys remember, when you're doing 3D stuff, you want to have good creases. Okay. I know all the demonstrators who are the trained professionals would tell you this, but I'm telling it to you too. So good creases. Now I'm going to cut off, and again in the tutorial, and if you get a kit, the tutorial comes in the kit, but you can get your own tutorial if you want it for $25. The tutorial, it has a diagram, is my point to tell you, okay? So you'll be fine. Okay. You know, I like to cut my diagonals here. I think things fold up better. I learned that word, you've heard me say it now, because now I know it, is miter. I didn't know it before, but I know it now. Okay, so there we go. That's my box. Cool thing about this box is you only need to put adhesive really in 2 spots. And for boxes, I always use tear and tape. I think I could use Seal Plus and it would be fine. I really like tear and tape. Just big fan. Okay, so on that little 1/2 inch lip there, okay, you're going to put your tear and tape. And then an easy thing to do is just fold it over and then fold that piece over. Then you don't have to try to get it all 3D-ish while you're gluing it together. Okay, so there's that. And then we'll fold the bottom lines in, or the bottom flaps in. And again, I'm just going to put 1 piece of tear and tape right there. And that's going to hold the whole thing together. Okay, so that really makes this cost efficient in terms of adhesive. Okay, but hear me, all right? If you guys don't have tear and tape, you need to add it to your next order, because it's especially as we're getting ready with gift giving season. Tip, when you're doing this at the bottom, just take your bone folder, see the many uses? And it's going to get that nice and sealed. So there's our box, okay? So this is where we're going to put in whatever we're going to put in, okay? I think Ghirardelli would fit in there. I think a gift card would fit in there. I know cash will fit in there. So, you know, whatever it is you want to put in there. So put it in. I'm putting it in, putting stuff in. Then what you're going to do is you're kind of going to pinch it together a little bit. That's going to help you, okay? That's going to help you as you take this piece of DSP, which we have cut down, okay? Remember I told you this, we cut it down to 2.5 by 8, and we're going to wrap it around, and it's going to create the belly band. Now, here's the thing. I want the belly band to be able to be removed, okay? So I want to wrap it tight, but not too tight. Now, this is a dilemma for me, because this paper, this side is beautiful. It is beautiful. And I always love a good plaid. We're going to go with the plaid that Allie did, basically because I think that this would get really busy with the stamped image, okay? So here's how I do it. I am going to have my belly band meet in the front, and I'm going to use this circle to kind of hold it together, because it is long enough, the belly band is long enough, okay, but it would just meet, and I don't want it to just meet. I want it secured on there really well. So notice what I've done here. I've laid it here, and now I'm just kind of folding it gently where I want it to fold in real life. And then I'll pull that off, and I will give it a really great crease. Okay, so that gentle fold there gives you a nice outline to get this thing started. So I did that. And now I'm going to come around, and same thing here. So you can see it just about meets, but not quite. Ooh, Jen, that's true. A cute bracelet could go in here. Earrings could go in here, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could go in there. And so again, the same thing, just kind of gently got my crease, and now I'll pull it off and go through and give it a good crease. Okay. So let's see what we got here. The belly band is good to go. Now see how it doesn't quite meet in the center? That's not going to be a problem, okay? Because when I adhere this, you can almost view this like a bridge, okay? It's a bridge to connect those two parts there. All right, so that's not a big deal. So, a couple of things we need to do. I do need to take, there's no stamping on it, but I'm going to take the Secret C banner and the Secret C banner die, and I'm just going to run it through. See, this time I'm not stamping on it. I'm just using it as a really great accent. So don't forget that that's always something that you can do as well. As soon as I find, here they are. Go. 1, 2. So if you don't want your own big Stampin' Cut machine, the little one gets the job done for most dies. It will not get it done for every single die. Some of them are just too big for this, but I do like having it sitting at my desk, which I did get cleaned up, by the way. Okay, so I've got that. That's the banner, and I am going to adhere the banner right here onto the belly band part. So get some adhesive, and I'm just putting it in the center, okay? Because I don't want anything to adhere to the box. If I do, then it doesn't slide. Okay, my belly band doesn't slide. Okay, so we're like that. Now I'm going to take my circle and go back. Allie she did a good job with this flower, because she uses it quite a bit, and that's good. You're getting your use out of your stamps. I think I need to re-ink this. I mean, it's getting the job done for this, but I don't think it's gonna give it all I want it to do. I'm just talking to myself. I'm just murmuring. Okay, so obviously the whole thing doesn't fit here, but that part does. And I love that. I think that's really pretty. So this time, Allie said that she used the Granny Apple Green. You don't have to twist my arm for Granny Apple Green. I told y'all, it is my favorite. I think it's my favorite color. What's your favorite Stampin' Up! Color? Tell me in the chat. What's your favorite Stampin' Up! Color? I really, Granny Apple Green is going to win it for me. I love it. Okay, I'm waiting to see who has a favorite color. And this will go pretty quickly here. Bubble Bath, Nadine, really? Okay. Bubble Bath. Bubble Bath is pretty. I called it Bubble Gum for the longest time. Bubble Bath. I think the Jennifers are creating right now. They're quiet. So either they're plotting. They're either plotting something or they're creating. And either one is a viable option with those two. Thank goodness Jennifer Vanderwenken is in a completely different country. If the Jennifers were in the same country, we would have some issues. Ooh, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. Yes, those are good, Leanne. Misty Moonlight, also very pretty. So those are good choices. All right. For this flower, I like what she did here. Okay, she just did Pool Party, but she didn't color it in. Okay, she just kind of outlined it. And I think that's really, really pretty. It's a very subtle kind of watercolor look. I really like that. I've had this Pool Party blend for a long time. Jen Drake, craft nights would be fun. What do you guys think about that? Like once a month or whatever, just getting on Zoom and just talking and creating and just kind of being with friends. I think that would be super fun. We did it in Creating for Christ for a bit, but we weren't able to get a lot of people to come regularly. So that was tricky. And then for the inside part of the flower here, Daffodil Delight. Isn't that pretty? Just a very, very subtle. Let me just hold it up close for you. I mean, that is really pretty. Very subtle. So, well done, Allie Gomez. All right. So what I'm going to do here is adhere some adhesive there and here, not in the middle, okay? I'm doing it just on my ends because I want it to hold, again, I want it to hold this belly band together. So that's your tip there, guys, okay? We're going to put it in kind of at a bit of an angle. There we go. Oh, that's it. Look at here. Oh, hold on. I got cocky, didn't I? It's like, that's it. It's perfect. And now I'm like, hold on. It is. I'm just going to slide it off. There we go. So I can press it here and really get it good. Okay? All right. So there we go. So that's the belly band. Now, the very last thing that you're going to do here is you're going to grab a white scrap, okay? You're going to stamp Happy Wishes in Secret C. So this doesn't have to be a Christmas card, right? Now we got Happy Wishes. We could even stamp, I think the word birthday's in it. So this one you could stamp whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be a Christmas project, which is pretty nice. So I've got wishes there. Here's happy. I'll stamp that. And then we're just going to fussy cut them at an angle. Okay. Whew. Y'all, I'm breaking a sweat in here. Maybe I'm sweating because I'm getting ready to have to fussy cut. I don't know. Okay. that's not bad. Look at there. Look there. Look what I did. I'm going to tell you, I get very proud of myself. I mean, well, it's a combination of pride and surprise, really. Okay. And almost done. That is horrible. That is better. Okay, so there we go. And these are going to be adhered using the mini dimensionals, bane of my existence, but it is what it is. Just going to put those right there. No, the bane of my stamping existence is green glue. What is, let me ask you, what is yours? What is the bane of your stamping existence? What is the one product with stamping that you have to use it? You recognize it has to be used, but it runs you nuts. What is it for you? Green glue for me, followed by mini dimensionals. I couldn't tell you why, but there they are. What is it for you? Green glue, mini dimensionals. So I'm gonna put happy up here. Okay. And then wishes at the bottom. Put some sparkle on it, and it is done. The box is done. You guys don't have any banes? It's fun to have a bane of your existence simply so you could say it melodramatically. I went and saw the Downton Abbey movie, and I feel like Lady Mary would definitely have a bane of her existence. See, if you guys don't respond, this is what happens. I just start rambling. Oh, that's cute. Look at there. Happy wishes, and we'll put some gold on there. Jen Drake, you have missed a lot. You've missed a lot. We've been talking all sorts of things. We've volunteered you for all sorts of activities. There, there, and then I'll put a small one there. Ta-da! That's it. That is the little treat box. So, to review, these are the two we've done so far. One more project, and this one is pretty easy. Okay, so this project, we're switching now. We've done both of Allie's projects. So now I'm going to do one that was designed by Joey Hartman. So let me grab the kit. And I showed it to you. This one is packaged up for you in this envelope here. So it's a piece of Secrecy that's just cut regular 5.5 by 8.5. And then you have a piece of cherry cobbler. And that cherry cobbler is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And you know what? I lied. It's not either. It's cut to 3 3/4 by 5. 3 3/4 by 5. So just fold this over. This is a quick card and also fantastic card for DSP. I'm going to set it aside. And then you've got DSP that you've got to cut down. So you're going to cut one piece to 1.5 by 4 7/8. Yes, it is eighths time. 4 7/8. Then you cut, where did my other pieces go? Well, I can cut them real quick with you. You're going to cut the red dots to 2 by 2. Okay. Red dots to 2 by 2. And then you're going to cut the large floral. Yay, we finally get to use it, right? Okay. It is this one. Okay, this one. You're going to cut it to 2 by 2 3/4. Well, actually, I bet that is 2 3/4. Almost. 2 by 2 3/4. All right. There we go. Okay, now we're going to adhere these pieces to the cherry cobbler, and you're going to have just a real small border. Okay. But this, you know, this is right up my alley because we're mixing patterns, and you know I really like to do that. Okay. And show you the card. It's a pretty card. Then this is going to go right up here. Okay. Then the red goes at the bottom. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. So that's what we have. Now, I have gone on with this one. Okay. I know I put it somewhere because I know I had this part done. Give me a second. Because I already did the die cutting for this part. Could it have fallen? No. All right. Give me 1 minute. It'll turn out. While we're doing it, we're going to cut a piece of ribbon, okay? And, oh, you know what? I left the final ribbon off on this one. I left the ribbon off. I'm not going to go back and do it. You guys can do it. It's in the tutorial. This is what it looks like, okay? The ribbon, yeah, there you go. So you want to tie a bow, and you just want to use a glue dot to attach it onto your box, okay? I can't believe I left that ribbon off, but I did. Okay. So for this one, we're going to get a tiny piece of ribbon, maybe 8 inches or so. It doesn't have to be exactly that. You know, if you have a scrap of ribbon that's a little bit less than that, that'll be fine. Okay. And we're going to fold it over. And it's going to go here. Now give me just a second and let me find these pieces that I had already, whoop, that's not it, die cut, and then I put somewhere. So... got them. Good. Yay. Oh, I was working out of the wrong envelope. Okay. We have included some Secret Sky glimmer paper. So you would go on and do your holly leaves out of that. And we included a scrap of white. I've already done the die for that. Okay. So for this one, we're going to stamp the word Christmas in Old Olive. I mean, up to now, we've only used Secret C and Memento Black, so that's pretty good. Hi, Fiona. And kind of put it in the center, because you're going to put a word above it and a word below it. So make sure you give yourself space to do that. All right, good. There's Christmas. And then we are going to go back to the Merry Wishes. So I've got Merry, and that's back to Secret C. Mary's going to go right over the top here. Fiona. Fiona is now under my desk. And she is, hello, Fiona. What is it? I gave you a chance, Fiona, to say hello to all the people. And you wanted to sleep. You wanted to sleep, sister. I'm going to show you guys what I'm dealing with here. You'll see if she's still here in just a second. Okay, and then wishes at the bottom. Okay, so that's what you've got. Merry Christmas wishes. And now we're just going to kind of put all these pieces together. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right here. Because what I'm going to do in that bottom left corner is adhere my glimmer holly leaves. Okay, so there's one. And there's 2, okay? Then I'm going to put some adhesive here. Hi, pretty girl. I know. You want to say hi to everybody. I'm going to take this ribbon that we had kind of folded over, and I'm going to put that adhesive that I just did, I'm going to stick my ribbon on it there, and I kind of put it on an angle. Okay, told you this was a quick one. And now I'm going to grab dimensionals, regular size normal dimensionals, and put them here. Fiona, baby, you're going to have to wait a minute, okay? Mom is working to keep you in the lifestyle to which you are accustomed. Okay, I can't afford to take a break, can I? All right, and peel it off. And then adhere this to the center. Thank you, Fiona. Okay. It's cute, right? And if you want to, which I do, I'm going to go, this part of the ribbon's poking out. I'm going to give it a nice trim there. The other piece is kind of hidden behind that holly leaf, so I'll play around with that in a minute. I'm going to make some holly berries with the gems, and I'm going to do the larger gems for this part. This reminds me of like my Mima's like decorations with all the sequins and stuff and the glitter. Okay, good. So that's there. And now all I have to do is, I'm going to finagle with that later on, guys, just so you know. Adhere, adhere, adhere to the front. Nice. And then I have cut a piece of white, 3.5 by 5, that's going to go on the inside. And if you wanted to stamp something here, you certainly could. I'm not going to right now, but I think that you could put something in there. In fact, this stamp set, the Christmas Greenery, has some really, really cute floral images I'll show you that you could stamp inside there, right? So anyway, so that's the last project. So today, here, let me move the camera back up, right, to me. And, okay, yay, it's me. It's back, I'm back. All right, so today, you know, you gotta love Jen Drake. Jen Drake, I mean, you make me happy. Okay, so we've done 3 projects of the 8 today. We have our box with the belly band. We have this really fun card that has the double greeting. I love this, I love it. And then we have a really cute card that really shows off the DSP, okay? And then on the inside. So, what are we gonna make tomorrow? Well, tomorrow we're gonna make Joey's other card, which I have not yet made, so I better do that before 5. And then we're gonna make my 2 projects. So we're gonna make this cute box with a treat inside, and then we're gonna do a diagonal fun fold. So, and then Joey's other project, which is super cute. Okay, it's a fun fold as well. So I think you guys will like that. So, what do I want to tell you? All right, I gotta pull my hair up. I'm getting hot. What do I want to tell you? So what I want to tell you is a couple of things. First of all, take a look at the 12 Days of Crafting. Okay, the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. If you have not seen that, again, it was released today. It's $99. It has 12 days of surprises. And each one, Stampin' Up! Has done it. So there's product in each one, and it's all new product. And it's product that's not going to be anywhere else, okay? It's exclusive product to this. So if you're interested in that, you want to get that. And I will be sharing a 14 project tutorial that I'm doing with some buddies for everybody that places that order through me. Another thing, Thursday night is Great North American Stampin' Show, so make sure that you tune into that. That's at 6 o'clock, but I'll remind you of that a lot. And then start thinking about this kit offer if you have not yet taken advantage of becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Or maybe you did in the past and you're like, you know what, I was, now I'm not. Maybe I do like that discount. Did you know that probably 96% of demonstrators do it for the discount? Seriously, when you think about Stampin' Up! In your life, if you're not a demonstrator, I don't want you to think, I'm going to do what Julie does. Maybe you want to, and then in that case, think that. But I want you to think, what would it look like for you? Like, would it just look like I can get product for 20 to 25% off? If that's the case, boom. Or would it look more? It's totally up to you. That's the cool thing about it. So again, the way that special works, $35, you can choose $125 in product. It starts October 1st, and it goes all through the month of October. Or $99, and you can pick $189 in product. Normally, the $99 gets you $125, which is still a great deal, but this is, well, I mathed it. This is better. So there's that. And then I want to tell you, if you liked these projects, okay, a couple things you can do. Number 1, You can purchase the, you can do nothing. You can go back and watch the video and write the measurements down and make them on your own. I think I taught it pretty well, okay? If you want your own tutorial and you're like, I just want the tutorial, it's $25. I will have a link that you can use for that. I have 4 extra kits, now 2. 2 have been claimed by Leanne and Katie. And so now I have 2 extra kits. And what you saw is how those kits will work. Plus you'll get the DSP, the ribbon, and the gems, plus the tutorial. So you would get all of that, okay? So those are available, and you can let me know if you're interested in one of those. The kits are $73, and that includes shipping, okay? Or you can be like, you know what, Julie, I have all that stuff. I like the tutorial, but I don't want to buy the tutorials and all of that. You can just, if you want to place a $75 order with me, you can get the tutorial for free. So there you go. So those are some options available for you. I'll put all of it up in the description. But yeah, that's what I have today. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock, all things being equal, I have an eye appointment at 1, okay? If he dilates my eyes, I don't know. So I'll have to, I'll leave you, I'll let you guys know. But all things being equal, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I will have 3 more projects. And, then Thursday, I'll have 2 projects and the Great North American Staple Show. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, hey, I appreciate you guys. I enjoyed this with you. I hope that you had a good time. If you didn't get to watch it all, come back to replay, whatever you want to do. And I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Okay? Goodbye.